So Reggie and I, it's the first week of January 2025, and Reggie and I are out here camping in the Ouachita Mountains, just right off the gravel road. We're doing some Jeep camping, and Reggie's over here in his hammock, war bonnet hammock. I've got my mini smokehouse up over there. And then I built me a brand new tent. Instead of a hammock tent, it's actually a wedge tent for camping on the boundary waters. Last year, when I was out there, I really needed a place to camp out on the lake, and so I decided just to go ahead and build me one. It's very similar to the snowtrekkers. I was going to build the wedge tent with the straight walls, but I was able to get the pole unions from the snowtrekker company, so you know what, I built one similar to theirs. So this is what it looks like. It is 8 foot wide, 9 foot long, 8 by 9. It's very similar to their 8 by 10, but I've got some different changes to it. So what I've done, I've got it sewn on the outside instead of the inside flat seam. I've got it sewed out here. I do have a little tab right here so I can hold the stove up, or the stovepipe up a little bit. My stove flap is sewn on. I do have pullouts on it. Little vent hose at the top on both front and back. The door is quite a bit different than the snowtrekkers. Instead of it having a true blue door in it, I just have a triangle that zips straight up and it folds back. So there's not really a built-in per se door to it. It is 73 inches tall. The cords I went ahead and bought from Hilberg Tent Company, and I just wanted something super strong because this is probably going to be out in high winds in the boundary waters on the lake. Anyway, let me fold the door back for you and go from there. Okay, so I've got the doors folded back. The way I'm doing this is I've got cord locks connected to a little piece of fabric sewed onto the side. This is 10-ounce canvas. It's not the 7-ounce that the snowtrekker makes. It's actually 10-ounce Army Duck. It's got Sun Forger in it. Waterproofing, mildew resistant, all the good stuff. Very strong canvas. Take a look inside. The poles came from Quest Outfitters. It's a .742 poles. Right now I just got a little 0-degree bag in here, Western Mountaineering. Tarp is just a 10-ounce metal tarp. Little Helix table. My trusted 4-dog stove, titanium. This is the ultralight one. And then have a little room when I come in with the snow and ice and stuff to be able to get that off over here, keep the snow and ice over there so it's not on the tarp. The one thing I didn't do, I noticed the snowtrekker has a seam that goes all the way around their tents. I did not do that. To me, this canvas is very strong and there was no need to do that. So, but this is it. Like I said, it's a little 8 by 10 tent. I did, for the door also, I did sew a little piece at the bottom down here. It goes all the way across and it's sewn down here. And that way it connects the two together. The sod cloth is made of 1.9 fire retardant. And the zippers are YKK 10 is what it is. And so this is it. My new tent for the Boundary Waters. And then over here, I've got a new stove for the my minis, Smokehouse Mini, trying it out. It is the Firehiking stove. It does come with an 8'3" or something like that pipe. I cut it down to 74 inches. I just didn't need that long of a pipe. This is the Mini here. I don't have a hammock or anything in it. All I'm doing here is playing with the stove. Stove is here. I don't have it going right now, but we had it going last night. We're out here for 2 nights. And it did really well. I'm very pleased with it. Firehiking titanium stove. It's a 8 inches wide, 7 inches tall, and 15-inch long box. And the pipe again is 2 3/8, I believe. So it's a nice little stove. I like it. And then Reggie's little setup. Tell us about it, Reggie. What you got over here?
Yeah, most of this is from Warbonnet. The tarp itself is the Thunderfly, 11-foot, 20D sill poly. I love having these beaks on here. The line itself is not Warbonnet. It's a 2mm line from Lawson Equipment that I just love. And if you can look close enough, I'm using the Loop Aliens. I just love these things. I can tighten this, I can loosen it. Really, really nice. They're $5 a piece. These are aluminum ones. They come in different colors. This color and like a burnt orange. But I love those things. The straps I'm using are from Dutchware. It's their Spider Poly 1-inch. I just love it. I'm using Warbonnet's buckles inside. Easy to adjust those things. The hammock itself is a Warbonnet Chameleon. So I've got the pocket guide out on that side with a jacket in there. Left side is just netting. Extremely comfortable, and if you had a wide view of this, you'll notice my head end is extremely low, foot end's really high. Warbonnet recommends about a foot higher, but I got this set up more, so the bulk of my body is right in the widest part of the hammock. When you do that, there's no single bit of calf ridge at all. Now, one custom thing I've done to handle keeping the quilts up to me, I simply have thin shot cord, and I've got it mitten clipped on to the hooks on the quilt. The other side is a cord lock, so I can adjust it, get it the right length. Once it's set, I'll cut off the extra, but I have it on the foot end and the head end, and that really does a fantastic job keeping this quilt pulled up to me. I have it on my winter quilts, which is a requirement because that quilt's so much heavier. But I just use it on all my quilts. I just stay so much warmer when I do that. But I dearly, dearly love this tarp and this hammock. Now, the quilts are from Hammock Gear. Great company. I love his products too. But that is my setup. This is what I take on just about all of my trips. I do have the Traveler XL if I don't need the bug netting, but I love it. Hats off to Warbonnet and Hammock Gear for what they do. I love their gear.
All right, sounds great. So Reggie and I, we're just kind of out here getting away for a little bit in the Ouachita Mountains. The lows are around 28 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. The highs right now is, what do you think, about mid-40s or something?
Mid-40s, and I tell you, folks, next week, it's going to be 12 to 15 degrees at night. We're coming right back out, and we're going to have that wedge tent set up. I'll have my hammock to really try it, double stacking my quilt, so come back and enjoy some teams with us.
Yeah, we wanted to try the wedge stand to make sure it's going to do okay, because the boundary waters, you know, it can get anywhere from minus 10, minus 20 up to minus 40. Who knows? I just wanted to make sure it's going to handle the temps fine, which I'm sure it will. It's just playing with it. But next week we're going to be back out. I have another video of that. It's going to be super cold. Arctic front coming in. They're calling for 12, 13 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll have this out here. I'll have probably another smokehouse out here, a different one, and with a hammock in it, and go from there. So thanks for watching.